Preparing to live stream. All right. Smile. Your mom might see this. Yeah. Okay. Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. Here comes the echo. Okay. And I think we're good. All right, everybody. We are live. Hi, everybody. As I pass, go out and if you want to post Kevin in the ambassadors group or wherever anybody might want to see this so they can learn a little bit more about what's going on with the ExO economy, that'd be fantastic. Please help me do that. If I'll repeat this through a few times. If during the call there's anybody watching the live stream that has a question, they can post it on YouTube and we'll take it. And this group will do our best to answer your question collectively. Not just me, but anyone who's here would be fair game to try to take that on. And I think that's exciting. It's like live support for people who might need it. I'm going to kick us off today because I want to go first. I've been up since like 3 a.m. So I just gave a talk about there were 5 different use cases I went over. I gave a talk to the can I say that out loud on YouTube? I gave a talk to a major global stock exchange this morning. And one of the topics I gave 5 different use cases for utilizing blockchain, crypto, tokenization. The primary use case was the ExO economy, and so that was super exciting. There was 36 people there from this particular exchange, and they asked really, really great questions. So the talk was about blockchain. The ExO economy was one use case for the tokenization of the underlying economy, where the community members are trading value with one another using our token as a complementary currency in a pre-public state. So it was really fun. Again, it's sort of just part of opening up a little more to the world. Nikki, I'll find out if I can say anything. I have to go back and talk to the folks who put that show on and find out if it's okay. But maybe bug me about that if you want to. Odds are pretty slim, but maybe we can genericize something. I don't really know. That's one. 2, what was the other thing I wanted to tell you guys? Okay. So I can't remember if I updated on this last week, but I utilized the OpenExo marketplace for a small-ish job. And I posted the task on like in the evening, my time. I got it picked up by someone in the Central European CET, Central European time. By the time I woke up in the morning, the task was done like 3 or 4 hours later, and I'm in the final stages now of processing the dollar payment that I'm paying them, but also the Exos payments. And I think that's fantastic. It was a beautiful use case for the marketplace inside the platform using the tokens as a complementary currency. And so if you didn't see that one go through, I do think that it's worth it to go look at the couple of little bits that I put in that particular post. And so let me know if you want to see the way I wrote that one. Nikki, I do think that we should spend some time at some point doing kind of a how to post a marketplace posting.
Okay.
I don't know if it should be a webinar or if it should just be a video, but maybe a webinar would be super fun, actually. But yeah. The thing is, there's a bit of art and science to that. And what I've learned is the most effective way to post something in the marketplace that utilizes Exos is to use the EXO attributes, right? So I used gamification. I used a bunch of other ones, or engagement and gamification within it, and dashboards, and it was a dashboard itself. I used a platform. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. If you were to break down the posting, do an EXO analysis, EXO attributes analysis, I think we'll find the most effective marketplace postings are going to be those that have the most attributes embedded within them somehow. So it's a thought that I had after doing it, and I'm just sharing it here. Maybe it'll develop a little bit more. Those are my 2 primary updates today. I may have more as we go along. I'm going to pass the baton over to Najib this week. Najib, it's good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Nice to see you, everyone here. Very briefly, we are working on the releases, but this time, thanks for some of you that has been us the new issue with the Silicon and Mac. Remember, Mac for us is a very important platform for you guys that are not aware. On our community is incredible, but it's more than 60% of you guys that own Mac. Then in other community, we go first with Windows, eventually with Linux. On this one, Mac has a higher priority. What it means, in other words, is that we need to put a lot of effort just not to, that things work properly. And as a surprise, we are in a process to see how much or what we need to change in terms of the new Apple M1 chip. Our concern is not anymore Big Sur. Big Sur is the new OS release from Apple. Is actually for the last 10 years they have been using release 10. Right now, this is the first release that is release 11. But the new Apple M1, they have some compatibility with, they have been working for the last, 13 years with Intel chip. But I have heard that the things that they are not running, then we don't want to be in the surprise, especially that more and more people on our community has been start to asking the same questions. And the questions is not only related with the OS, is because these machines, these new boxes are more powerful than the boxes that they had been selling and cheaper. Then the adoption is going to be faster. Then that means we will be receiving more of those questions, and we don't want to be cash out of the loop and not to be able to test it before that we start to have an avalanche of questions. And more than that is to be able to react. Then that is not something that is distracting us, but it's something that we are aware, and we decide just to have a space to see at least where we are heading on. And that's something that I would like to update. I know, again, this is an Apple community. Be aware that we are working and diligent and very heavily in that sense. When you guys have your first Apple M1 chip, that I know many of you guys may already have it or not, then that we will be supporting everything that we have been doing, especially the new wallets that's going to work with no problem, especially those one, plus Big Sur, that is the new operation system. Then that is, we are working right now. I think that's one of the main updates. For some of you, they might have aware that we have been working on how we are going to issue the certificates and badges on multiple blockchain. The fact that we convert that in a single wallet managing multi-chain, it was an increase of difficulty and it creates some delays, but we are almost there on the branding part. We already test all the application back and forward, and we feel confident that only after the change of colors here and there, that is just the new branding that we have been doing for the last few weeks is going to be done, we hope, this week. That's pretty much from my side. Then I will pick who is right to me, that is Gerardo.
Hey everyone, how are you doing?
Hey, good to see you, Gerardo.
Cool, good to see you. So for the news last week, the thing was very, very busy. We were applying for a project for funds, and that's what all we did during the week. So hopefully next week we will have more good news. But for now is that. So we got a first client and we submit for this.
Any I know you got, and there's a couple of people who haven't been on the call either before in a while. Any updates on the application of the grant you received or anything like that you can share? Just not yet. That's fine too. I'm just curious.
Yes, actually, we got many people applying for the advisory calls. Really, a lot of people were participating. We get very amazing people from California, from Silicon Valley, from Europe. We talk with the writers of the One DAO book. Really, a lot of very interesting people apply. And now what will happen next is that I need to talk with Najib regarding development. So regarding applying Exos for development. And at this moment, we're also doing the planning for the next year.
That's awesome.
So, but it's working very, very well.
That's great news. So that you're using Exos in, again, the Open Exo platform marketplace, and drawing from that community of over 7,100 people, that picking Kevin next would be awesome, because that would segue right in there.
Yeah, so I will pick Kevin.
Perfect. Thanks so much. So a few things to go over. I'm gonna share my screen, and we will then let me just quickly do that. Okay, so firstly, this is just in Sway. Nikki's first proposal is through to proposal review. And so this is her proposal, which is to essentially run the marketing side of things, to be able to have Exos to do that. And so I am going to accept this. I won't do it right now because but I'll accept this straight after, and then we'll take this forward. And then right at the beginning of the call, of course, Nikki and Gerardo were just saying their proposals still need some votes. So do head in here and vote, so that we can move proposals through. Of course, just a reminder, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, that we are testing this platform Sway for decision making within the Open EXO community. And so if you do have a proposal you want to make to get a grant of Exos, this is where it happens. And so, yeah, it's a very simple platform that we are using for the proposals. So that's the first thing I wanted to just say. And then the next thing is, of course, the Decade of the EXO, the event that we are hosting on the 17th of December. We are accepting Exos for this event. So if you click here, register using Exos, it'll take you down here to allow you to scan a QR code, or just to add the wallet address and to actually make a payment. At the moment, we have had a few. If I go to the Block Explorer, you can see these are the transactions that have taken place within Exos for the event.
Can you show the Open Collective as well, Kevin?
Yes, I absolutely can. So that's with regards to payments in Exos. And just before I go to the Open Collective, I did want to just share, this is the agenda so far. And you can see it's really awesome. All the local events that are happening from, from Vietnam, Italy, Romania, US, Hungary, France, Slovakia, etc., etc., etc. It's really cool, really exciting that we can end the year looking at the decade ahead, saying how can we ensure that we really transform the world and we let people know about EXO. The other thing that we are testing with this event as well, in terms of, if you, for example, choose to purchase a ticket, we are using a tool called Open Collective. So if I click on register now, it takes me through to Open Collective, where you can register for the event for $5. Or you can actually register for the event and at the same time pre-purchase a copy of Exponential Organizations version 2. It's quite exciting to see that we've had a number of people, 92 individuals so far, that have contributed in this way. And then Open Collective is a very open platform where you can, of course, see all the financials of an initiative, from right down to the budgeting, etc. So as I said, we're testing this because this tool can work really nicely for EXO initiatives that are happening. Hopefully we can actually get EXOs integrated in here at some stage. Not going to happen soon, but hopefully that is something that can happen, because then it
is
really
possible.
works. It is possible. So that's what I wanted to share. It's been a tough year for many of us, and to end the year on a positive note, looking towards the future, really important. Really excited for that. So that's what I wanted to share today.
I think that's super
And
exciting, Kevin. Transparent budgeting, an open collective, distributed decision making on Sway. Really cool. Thank you.
absolutely. So if I need to choose who needs to go next, Nikki's sitting next to me. So
Okay, you get 2 for 1 today because I'm reporting on behalf of Vanessa. So I've just entered into chat the social media stats, and we're up in all but one category. And it looks like to me, based on the numbers, we've got, single and double digits. The events tend to draw the most eyeballs to our pages. So as we start to grow and expand in that realm, I think these events are good possibilities for us to gather new people in our community. For me, I've only got 2 things I need from you today. One is to choose the use cases you want to introduce to this Fast Company World Changing Ideas Award. So we've got the possibility of doing general excellence, AI and data, creativity, developing world technology, and experimental. So out of those 5 categories, what fits best and what do you want me to propose? Is it the open EXO economy in general? Is it the trainings specifically, or is it another area?
What means experimental, Nikki?
It's just a category for people who are practicing new ideas, world-changing ideas.
That sounds like us.
That sounds kind of
Could
like
be.
the best fit.
Okay.
This is in Sway, right? So
It's in Sway. It's
Yeah,
also in the
okay.
chat. So if you want to just
yeah.
type into the chat, I'll just grab that.
Live voting. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. I'm looking
Experimental
for
for me.
Okay,
it. Okay, I'm going to look.
excellent.
I'm leaning. I mean, I think. Let me see. I want to go look at. Where's it?
And then the other thing is just which technology are we going to push as the experimentation or experimental category? Could it be the EXO economy, or should it be the trainings, or should it be something else?
It should be the community from my point of view.
Okay.
Like the kind of what the whole thing, the community with different elements.
Okay.
Yeah, a community
Jaroslav
is
took
the
the words
foundation
out
of
of my
everything. Yeah, community is the foundation of everything
Okay.
that we do. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And the way that we're experimenting in the community spaces we've got our token and our token economy, we've got our platform, we've got our marketplace, we've got, I mean, there's an awful lot of movie. We've got EXO World Media now, which has podcasts, has the video on demand features now that we have. And it also has the events, Nikki, that you were talking about. Now we strive to run one event a month. We've not hit that in 2020, but that's because it's hard to spin up something like that and get there.
We need staff.
But we've run a bunch. We've actually done all right, and so I think that in general, if you look at it from that perspective, as Kevin and Jaroslav said, then you build on top of that. Those are just all tools that we use for this community to achieve their efforts in transforming the world for a better future along the lines of their own MTPs, which are compatible, right?
That makes sense. Okay, and then a use
That
case I
sounded
can
pretty
throw
good.
in
I'll
there.
have to go
That
get that
was good.
transcript.
I'm gonna replay.
Okay.
You're pretty good off the cuff, Kent.
That's the only way to get it. Yeah.
And then is there a specific use case I can use in this particular application for this World Changing Ideas Award? Is there somebody or something?
Is it just
that we've
one,
done?
Nikki, or can you do multiple?
You can do multiple, but it has to be under 500 words. So it would be a link to somebody else or just a stat, you know, this person 10x their business in under 20 or 12 months or something.
There are definitely examples.
Pick one.
How we get them on make sure that we get them on. I mean, we have case studies. We have,
Yeah.
we're going to have to do some research on that one, Nikki. That's homework.
Okay.
we
It's
need to
due
look
the
through-
11th, so we can do that today or tomorrow.
Yaroslav and Kevin, do any
pressure.
particular projects come to mind? But I'm happy to. And there's a lot of stuff on our G Drive that has about this sort of thing, like case studies, bits and pieces. There's projects that you can see happening in the marketplace right now. I mean, there's the economy itself, which is really an exponential play, but EXO World Media is a super exponential play as well. The broadcast division in particular. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that you can, again, look at those tools we were talking about and maybe pick the top 2 most exponential potential and possibly maybe play it a little bit that way. That way you're representing what you said about the tools, benefiting the community, driving towards the MTP with everybody's collective MTPs. I mean, that's like the most powerful thing anywhere.
I think maybe one powerful thing to capture would be the growth of the community and like the decision we have made to open it and to make it available to everybody. We have renamed the company. We have designed basically ways for people to get like join in 30 seconds or, like very quickly. And it has led to growing from 300 people or 400 people to 7,000 now. So I think that itself is a very impressive, and I think it kind of speaks about the key thing that we have, which is the community. If you wanted, Nikki, like I don't know, like it's 500 words is very little, right? So yeah, I don't know what can you squeeze into that, but I think that would be, an interesting one. If you wanted to hear about what sprints, what kind of impact they've created, there have been now over 30 sprints kind of formally that we know about, and probably another 20 that have been run. There's just like so many stories. I really don't know how to squeeze it into, 500 words to be honest. So
yeah, okay. Well, we've actually got 10,000. There are 2 different 500 word ones. Why are we worthy? And the other is why are we unique and innovative? So 500 words.
Nikki,
for
we
each
need
of those.
to. You should talk to Salim as well to get his input on this, and you can get a quote in there, or something like that. I think that makes a lot of sense because his name is quite recognizable. Okay. So
is he on the marketing call today?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually, and I can push him. He probably will be this week because I know there's some outstanding stuff.
Okay, perfect. So next up, Yaroslav, my teacher.
Quickly before Yaroslav goes, I forgot that I am proxying for Angelo. So let me just share what he shared. He just said he's been supporting Connie in the Philippines with some work there, and the co-creation on the framework for the English in Rural Areas initiative is moving forward. And then, of course, he is working on a session for the Decade of the EXO. So that's what he wanted to just share. Yaroslav, over to you.
Fantastic. Sorry, Yaroslav, I'm going to interrupt. Gerardo, this question you have, did we cover that already, or do you need to push that to the agenda at the end?
We didn't cover that already, but I want to say also another update from Angelo, and it's about the other project, the EXO Awards. So we launched the Latin Awards.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So we launched the voting phase, and I want to invite all the Latin American community to participate in the voting. So if I remember well, it's until December the 20th to nominate your candidates.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. And as far as the third-party development piece, why don't I save that till the end, because I already did my updates. So I'll give an Open EXO Developer Network update at the end of the call. After there's also some new folks here that might have some things they want to do, proposals as well. So Bryant, I see you out there still, and I'm just sort of letting you soak up kind of the current updates before I throw you up there. Okay. All right. So back to you, Yaroslav, to finish or hand off.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you. So, so on the Philippines, we are co-organizing an event on Thursday, which Salam will be making video. I'll be speaking, and I think there is about, like, I think 15 or 16 community members who will be part of it, and they are being paid by Exos in Exos. And it's quite an exciting event. It's for the EO, for the entrepreneur organization. So there's going to be 50 CEOs of companies in the Philippines, kind of learning about EXO, about Sprint, doing some exercises, and being coached by our community who will be paid in Exos. So I think that's quite exciting. Other partnerships, we are in talks with Nigeria, France, and Germany around launching like local versions of our training and certification programs. We're finishing the year strong with the trainer certification. We just kicked off, actually, Gerardo is part of it. So we were just on a call a couple of hours back, and we have started with 10 people in English and 5 people in Spanish. So that's starting this week, and that's our final program that we're going to be finishing in this year. Overall, the marketplace has been very solid. I'm just hearing, like, every month, you know, how impressed people are with the community, how quickly people apply, how powerful it is, how generous are people in our community with their time and the effort that they like I'm hearing, like, almost every single time that they are just blown away. People are blown away. Like, most of the traditional journey is that they are afraid that they will post and nobody will apply. And then like 6 hours later, they have like 10 applicants and they don't know who to choose. So I think it's just, you know, like, it's just great to see that the marketplace we have built functions very well. It's combining dollars and Exos, and it just functions very well. So that's kind of great there. And on the training and certification side, we've been investing a lot into marketing and into improving the product. So even though our NPS is in a good place, actually for the last consultant cohort, it was 86. We're just calculating last night. But what we started doing is we were starting going through all of the things that people missed during the year. We did like an audit of all of the things that people have asked for, like additional resources, additional handouts, additional documents. And we have now started producing these additional documents in the forms of videos or different other documents. Once we have all of that done, we're going to release it to all of the consultants. We're just going to send everybody an email and allow them to, like, all of the people who have already been certified, we're going to give them access to some of these resources. And they are like case studies of EXOs and case studies of what people have done in the certification program, and actually a guideline on how to post on a marketplace, guideline how to use the EXQ survey, and kind of other things. So we are doing these things, and in parallel, we have been experimenting with a lot of kind of cool strategies for online marketing, and we've seen some kind of good and steady progress. Basically, we are now running a promotional webinar twice a month to promote the consultant certification. And so that's quite exciting there as well. Still, we have quite a lot of work to do, but I think there's been some good early signs. That's, I think, TNC.
Fantastic. Let's see. I think I see Eric, Cesar, Michelle. Go for it, one of you. Eric, you want to go next?
Sure.
We'll have to kind of pick it up because we've got some agenda things to cover. No pressure, but yeah, we're at 37 after.
Yep, no worries. I'll be quick. So last week we announced our kind of internship 2.0. We're calling it the EXO Masterclass. It is mostly the same as what we did this past summer. The big change is that due to the time frame of about 7 weeks for Southern Hemisphere countries, we won't have the full 10 weeks, so we will not be doing a 10-week EXO sprint. We're going to do sort of a 7-week testing business idea sprint, pretty much right out of the book from Strategizer. So that's kind of the big change with that. We are charging for that this time around in both US dollars, and we are accepting tokens from OpenExo as well as Rutanio. And the last mention again is just the EXO contest that we're running, the hackathon. And this is from two of our interns from this summer, Luis and Jorge. And the English version is rescheduled for December 19th. And that's a Saturday. And the information is up on our site. That's all I had. Thanks.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Eric. That's fantastic news. All right. Michelle, would you like to update us?
Yeah. Yes. As the year is ending, we had the plan to launch our platform towards the end of the year, but because of the OpenExo world, we decided to push it forward, and we're working very hard to be ready before that, so that it will be an occasion to present it or discuss it and present it to the community during that time and get their feedback. So we're working very quickly now, very hard for a change after so long. And I hope we will be very ready soon. That's all for now. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Michelle. I believe Cesar is remaining from the regular group. You are unmuted, Cesar, but we don't hear you. I'll give you a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, looked like there were an issue with my audio. So no, what I was saying is that I will provide a quick update on Rutanio this week. First point that is related to ExO Economy is that the ExO distribution keep going. So the bonus paid to the core team and the standing team has been completed. And I think that's good news because more people within the Rutanio ecosystem has EXOs, and they are using EXOs for training and some other activities as well. And then on the other side, Rutanio team completed the program during this semester together with Pedro, actually, which is here in the call, and some other members of the economy. And that program certify a bunch of startups and also certify or recognize coaches and consultants who participated. So all those recognitions and badges are going to be issued in the coming days using the Certifico, which is an app that is already generating certifications in both blockchain, the EXO blockchain and the Rutanio blockchain. So at some point, Jaroslav, we need to talk again about how to start doing it with the EXO certifications. And then the other thing is that we will be presenting the Certifico officially to the community on the 17th, on the event.
Oh, nice.
I think that
I was going to ask for a demo here, but you're going to make us. I was going to ask for a demo here, but you're going to make us wait in suspense. So okay.
No, we can do the demo here as well. Anytime we can make the demo. It's ready. So
great.
We can do the
okay.
Demo
Well, let's get through the.
We have available the agenda.
Maybe next week, if you want to take a few minutes at the very beginning of the meeting, just do a quick demo of an application that's running on 2 blockchains, which is super cool. That's really, really interesting. And then Cesar, I think it's also worth mentioning that the Rutanio economy is the sister economy of the EXO economy, and there has been a mutual exchange of tokens between the 2 economies. Those tokens are held in proxy only by OpenExo Inc., and we can put those to use right here in the core as we do with EXOs. So perhaps the Treasury would like to take up the matter. I can make a proposal this way. It occurs to me that we should look at that, right? Because those tokens, there's a whole different group of skills that are available in the Rutanio economy that are not available in the Exos economy. So all of us here could put those to use if we had access. Okay, so that's why we did the exchange, so the 2 economies could collaborate. So let's look at that. I'll think about how I might want to write a proposal for that. It's pretty straightforward. But you made me think of that again today, Cesar, so thanks. Okay, Bryant, I see you out there. I think I got everybody. So now you have a pretty good update of some of the stuff that's going on across the Open EXO and EXO Economy. Did you want to give an update on what you're working on for everybody as we kick into the agenda round?
Sure. Yeah, I'm really interested in building very sustainable economies that help support communities, and so I'm excited to help grow the community, the EXO community, and really drive more projects and more people. And that comes from a consumer confidence in an economy, from events and other things across the board, message and everything we've talked about. So it was great to hear the events, and I think I'm just interested in seeing where I can fit in and help with my background. If you guys need something, just feel free to send me an opportunity. I'd be happy to sit down and help out. I'm currently working on community building and how to build smart contracts between people and organizations. And we are launching a product to automate idea planning and the production of either normal contracts or smart contracts. We can maybe talk about that in the future, but I'm really here to serve, and let me know how I can help, guys.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Gerardo has a question for you. If you have any links you can share about your work, please do. And you can also put that in the YouTube if you are over there watching in the YouTube live stream. Since people would see it there, they wouldn't know that there was a link over here. So, all right, I think that's everybody. So what I have here as one agenda item is from Gerardo around the OpenExO third-party open development. So I've got that. Is there anything else we need to put on the agenda to process to a next step? Remember, the agenda round is if you're blocked, if you need something, if you don't know something, if you just want to say something, that can be valid too because you forgot. Does anybody have anything? Please just kind of wave your hand around and then give me 2 or 3 words on what that might be. Nikki, what are they? 2 or 3 words.
Money. Fast Company is a US dollar budget, and my budget is in EXO, so I need to know how to do that conversion on the books.
Got it. We'll get to that. Okay, we'll process that. No problem. All right, so let's process Gerardo's first. Nobody else waved their hand. If something comes up, let me know. Gerardo is saying, can we say a word about OpenExO being open to third-party dev initiative, third-party development, and putting initiatives on Sway? So that's 2 different things. Kevin kind of gave an update on putting initiatives on Sway. So I think we're okay there, right, Gerardo? Or were you meaning something else?
I meant just that with the development of the APIs, OpenExO is opening to the possibility of third-party development. And we talk about...
Go ahead. I'll share it. I'm just checking to see if you were talking about 2 different things because it sounds like 2 different things. So if you go to this web page, this is openexo.com/dev. Link. Somebody put that link in the chats. That would be great. openexo.com/dev. And what you'll notice is that at the moment there is one published API. It's the events API. So if you'd like to know what's going on about events, you take your OpenExO platform login. All of these are tied to the platform login. You come in and you have to authenticate yourself. Let's see. And I don't know. Can't OpenExO.com. I think it's not working. Okay, you have to authenticate yourself. And then you come in and you can go and basically this doubles as a test kit and a documentation and the documentation for the API. So if you wanted to do search all events, you might do a get against the search slug of the API. You go in, you put in your data, and if I had authenticated, I would be able to run a test against my query. And this gives you back all the JSON you need to use to code your own applications, in this case against the event search API endpoint. Now, as you can see over here, this is just the first one. These other 4 were scheduled to be pushed a week ago. There were some bugs and some feature requests that came up to support a different project that took priority. So we've had to push. My current best estimate is 2 weeks from the last Core Tech Ops meeting, which was Monday. So I'm going to say maybe, what was that? That was like a couple days ago. It was yesterday. So yeah, about 14 days out from the 7th is the 21st would be my best guess for a launch. In the meantime, I've got a bunch of other updates that have happened to the platform that I'll share on the platform in the community as a platform updates. And when this is complete, Gerardo, I'll post a much more exhaustive update into the platform and share that externally so it can be tweeted, retweeted, and shared, posted on Facebook, whatever. And my hope is that we have all of these APIs live when I write that post and this year. That is really still the sincere hope. But we do put things like bugs that affect users, taking things like training and certification courses. We have to prioritize them first. And unfortunately, I don't have unlimited developer time. But this is pretty exciting because as we get third-party developers joining us on Thursdays at, I don't remember what time, Thursdays at 8, no, oh my gosh, yeah, no wonder I hate that meeting. On Thursdays at 7:30 in the morning, we have the Open EXO Developer Network call. We had the first ever one last Thursday, and it was a lot of fun. So I really would invite anyone that's seeing this and thinks they'd like to develop against the Open EXO platform using the platform APIs as a third-party developer to make your own applications that leverage the available data about our community and all its antics. Join us. We would love to meet you. So yeah, did that cover it, Gerardo?
Yeah, actually, the second part that you just said, we were talking about the possibility to put that on Sway too.
Yeah. So ultimately, what that requires is for us to create a new challenge on Sway. So you'll have get funding, but then we'll also have one which will be titled, Open EXO Development or something like that. And so they'd be completely separate. And we would then be able to get people to put proposals through that way. So we can get that set up and going as soon as possible.
Great.
Okay, awesome. And then Fast Company USD budget, Nikki, the only next step you need to do on that is to contact me, and we'll go over how you make that happen. Okay, that's an easy one. All right, we'll do that over WhatsApp. All right, so that's how the agenda round works. If you have something you need to share or talk about or ask for, you bring it up, you ask. Here, we process it to next steps. If it's something that needs to be done offline, we just say so. We don't try to turn the rest of this meeting into everybody working on Nikki's issue. So that's how we do it, and I'll be the right person to help her move that forward on behalf of this group. And that's how this works. Heavily influenced by both holacracy and sociocracy. And if you would like to read how this meeting runs, it is published on the EXO Economy Hub under Tools as Tactical Meeting Guidance, or Core Meeting Guidance. Yeah, sorry, Core Meeting Guidance. I didn't like the word tactical. It sounded military-esque. So we went with Core. Okay, that's it. Last call, anybody, before we wind it up? I want to go back to bed. Okay. All right. Bye.